We was really hoping we had something a lot more exciting for them, but with many works, and you get a lot of lawyers involved, and they're like, oh, you're going to burn up the shrubs and damage the parking lot. And I'm like, no, we do 200 side-by-side burns last month, probably across the country, and we didn't hurt nothing, tear nothing up, or hurt nobody. So, but the hotel was really uncomfortable with the fact we was going to have a side-by-side here, one cell with sprinklers, one without. We have about 36 of those units out across the country. So we was going to set this up, and then we was going to fight the fire off of this unit, just like you had a fire in this hotel. Bring your lines from the standpipe in the back and fight the fire in that side-by-side. But again, thank you for coming out here and joining us. This trailer's been down in Key West for the last few days. Brian took it down there last month. They used it for a couple of events down there. We had the National Association of State Fire Marshals there, so we used it for them. Got to burn on the lawn of the Harry S. Truman little White House. So if you've never been there, it's a neat place. But this trailer will spend the rest of the winter here in Florida. It trains firefighters. It also trains sprinkler contractors, inspectors, fire marshals. So that's what the unit's used for. We have 4 of these in the country. This trailer comes out of Tennessee. We have 1 in Maryland, 1 in Chicago, 1 in New Jersey. We're building 3 more. We're about to order 3 more of these. And by the way, we've only bought 2 of these, so we have to give a big thank you to the grants queen, Kathy Patterson, because she funds these things. And for those of you that are state agencies or regional, these are a high priority in there for state and regional use. So we get good use out of them, but we do have 2 more that are being built. And our group in Chicago is going to buy one outright. There's separate organizations. So, but anyway, this unit's used to train all of those people. You can fully pump. We've had it flowing. We just had it in Tennessee before it came down here. Fire department's pumping it. And the trucks that throttle up automatically did good. The more water I flowed out of this trailer, I got it up to about 1,400 gallons of water a minute. And the truck just kept going up in RPMs, right? Then we took it again, took an old truck, put to it, and the pump operator's up there going, his hose is collapsing. It's like, hey pal, you gotta watch that gauge. So he's like, oh, I gotta keep turning this up. I'm like, yeah, that's the good old days. This only does a demonstration here. We can use this for the public. We can burn it about every 15 minutes. We're burning Excelsior in here, so for the public it's used to say, hey, it takes a big fire to set the sprinklers off. They don't all go off. You can see the rest of the trailer sprinkler too, so it don't go off. So for the public, that's it. But as for firefighters, we've started since we did those burns in a down I talked about today. I want you to watch the room when it burns. You'll see how quickly you go to 0 visibility. But the temperature in there will remain what it is at room temperature. It's got a 155-degree head in there, quick response, residential sidewall. So the sidewall has to throw up, it has to throw out, and it has to throw down. So it's the most challenging of the sprinkler heads itself. So this is a good display of that. We're going to let the fire department, they got the truck at idle pressure at about 50 PSI. So this sprinkler will be flowing about 25 gallons a minute. But then we're going to have them pump the system at 150. And I want you to watch the room and what the difference it makes once they pump that system. Watch the smoke. You'll hear it'll get the flowing a lot more water. It'll be water running everywhere. So we show the difference. But then too, that gets to my message. Don't shut this system off until you can see again. Let it flow water until you can see enough to walk around. And that way you get your eyes on the fire, get your hose lines in place, and be able to know that says, all right, got a pretty good idea there's nothing burning. But if you can't see with that tick and you can't see to walk around, let the system run. So again, in this hotel, it's easy. You can shut the system down, control it with the control valves in the hallway. That's what it's like a firefighter standing in the back of the room, and where the risers are is one standing where the riser room would be. We can tell you to identify which one's flowing water and then get you to control the valve. So let's go ahead and set it on fire. Our side-by-sides, we light them remote. We don't like to let the kids ever see a light of fire, so we light them with a remote book of matches. But here we just like this. So we got our vents. You don't turn those on, so this is kind of like there's a door open somewhere, like there would be, but you'll watch the fire grow here. And again, it takes a pretty good fire, but you'll feel the head, you'll hear it activate. And again, that's where the lag time for that sprinkler, it has to get to 155 degrees. So the ceiling temperature up there, likely, you know, will get to 600 degrees in the frame front, but look how quickly you lose visibility. So naturally, the bigger the space, the longer it takes to lose visibility. But even in that 90,000 square foot facility, within a few minutes, we didn't have hardly any visibility in the building. And anywhere where that retail space was, you definitely had no visibility. So we're sitting there on the floor monitoring it with thermocouples, but as you could see from my video, I had a clear view of the fire. I could see the fire though sitting in this environment. But again, I didn't want to be maneuvering around, and you can tell, it's like that sprinkler's flowing about that. So now we normally wait 9 minutes and 20 seconds, let the fire department pump the system, and you'll see what this does. You see my drops on the window right now, so this thing again is flowing, and when you hear the truck go up, you watch the volume of water in this spray pattern. You see it hitting that window, and you'll see it push more smoke out. And again, the firefighters could have their lines run off the standpipe in there, pump the system at 150. So now that sprinkler head is probably flowing about 75 gallons of water a minute. So, and naturally it's designed for, in most cases, in those big warehouses for 12 or 15. It may in an area, small area of a hotel be for 5. Residential 2 sprinklers. When you walk through the trailer, there's a tank and pump in there. We could do this burn. We've done it in Annapolis, Maryland, driving down the street in the parade. Where's Billy Hinton and the Fallen Firefighters Foundation people? They burned the trailer. That's why we had to put this tank on there, so we could catch the water. They didn't want the water in the drains in Annapolis. So now you can see that you're getting to start where you can see through there some. You can see the ceiling a lot clearer, and here in a little bit we'll be able to see our friends on the other side. But again, the sprinkler's flowing about 75 gallons of water a minute now. So this is where, again, we use this as a tool to train firefighters to say, all right, can you see? It's like, no, then don't turn it off. It's still doing its job. You can come up here when we're done and you can see this Excelsior. It may or may not have burned all the way up. It depends on how good the sprinkler hit the actual fire itself. But anything shielded, it's not going to hit it. So that's where it's like, our message with all of our trailers and all of our burns is smoke alarms, early warning, early detection, get out, stay out, close the door on the way out. Fire sprinklers, that's early suppression. Early warning, early suppression, and then emergency response. Will never take the place of firefighters. Even though the sprinkler don't ever call in work, file any HR complaints or none of that stuff, they still are not firefighters. They cannot think. So, and again, now you see that it's getting clear in there. You can see the chair. So this is the point where it's like, okay, if you feel comfortable that you got lines in place, you got eyes on the fire, it's like now's the time to shut it off, because this is where don't operate in the fire area, right? When you get hit with water, just stop, back up. Because you can spray as far as that is. Think about if an average sprinkler is 12 foot by 12 foot coverage area, there could be a bunch going off and you could still spray water all the way through the fire area. Again, but that's where we got to just think about those things, right? So, and now look, with just a normal opening that you would have had of a door, we've about cleared that out. So, all right, Brandon, shut it off. So again, thank you all for being out here. Thank you. Take a walk through the trailer, visit with us, and take a look at we didn't burn up all our stuff, but thank y'all. Have a good day. Miss Vicki wants to say a few words to close it out here.
Thank you, Chief Ray. I just wanted to say a special thank you to the VCOS Board of Directors, because it was their leadership and vision that pushed for this to happen and kept pushing. So Chief Windish, to all your board members, Chief Coey, we appreciate the fact that you do understand the importance of fire sprinklers and educating firefighters in this way. So a big thank you, Ms. Kathy. We couldn't do it without you, so we do appreciate the funding that comes from our grants. And if you're interested in writing a grant for a demonstration unit like this, talk to Chief Ray or myself. We're happy to share and share our words of advice, if you will. So thanks for being here, and do walk through the trailer and see all of the things that there are to learn within. We appreciate that. Have fun this afternoon.